Behind every successful man, there is often the presence of a woman. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future updates. However, many men have faced failure, loss of peace, and even disgrace because they chose the wrong partner. In this video, we will discuss 12 types of women that men should avoid if possible. Pay special attention to types 7 and 12, because their danger is subtle and often unnoticed until it is too late. By the end of this video, you may suddenly recognize toxic behavior your partner has been showing all along. If you fail to act in time, such behavior can slowly destroy your peace, confidence, and self-esteem. These signs are usually right in front of you, but without awareness, many men remain trapped in relationships filled with arguments, doubt, control, and emotional exhaustion. Watch until the end, because what I'm about to share may help you break free from an endless cycle of pain and regret, allowing you to live with freedom and inner peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future valuable content. The first type of woman to be cautious of is the possessive woman. She is heavily focused on material gain and often looks for ways to benefit financially from others, especially men. Affection and sincerity are not her priorities. Instead, she relies on calculation and strategy to secure money or assets. What makes her particularly dangerous is her ability to leave a strong first impression. She uses charm, attractiveness, and subtle behavior to lower a man's guard, making her true intentions difficult to detect. If a man lacks awareness, he can easily fall into her trap. A man's strength lies in his ability to recognize hidden motives behind sweet words and flashy appearances. Once her intentions become clear, distance and caution are necessary to avoid emotional and financial loss. The second type is the short-tempered woman. She often carries suppressed anger that quietly builds over time and then erupts without warning. This makes those around her feel tense and uncomfortable. Her emotions control her actions more than genuine care for others. Sometimes her anger burns silently, like fire beneath the surface, and other times it explodes suddenly and violently. Relationships with such women demand extreme patience and emotional endurance. For most men, however, the best option is avoidance, as life with a short-tempered woman can turn into a constant struggle against negativity, stress, and emotional instability. The third type is the romantic dreamer. She lives in an inner world filled with fantasies, ideal love stories, and movie-like expectations. While her romantic nature can make love feel exciting and magical, it often clashes with the reality of long-term commitment. Daily responsibilities such as household duties, practical problem-solving, and emotional resilience may feel overwhelming to her. Marriage is not just about passion and romance. It requires effort, realism, and cooperation. Many men hesitate to commit to such women because their idealized view of love does not always align with real-life responsibilities. The fourth type is the unpredictable woman. Being with her feels like living in an emotional storm. One moment she is warm, caring, and affectionate, making you feel deeply valued, and the next she becomes distant and cold without explanation. These sudden shifts create confusion and emotional fatigue. She may agree to plans enthusiastically and later avoid them entirely. Unless a man has exceptional patience and emotional flexibility, a relationship with such a woman quickly becomes draining and stressful. The fifth type is the emotionally unstable woman. At the beginning, she may appear loving, attentive, and deeply invested. Over time, however, her insecurity begins to dominate the relationship. She may call excessively, constantly seek reassurance, and demand continuous emotional validation. Her need to feel loved, admired, and reassured places intense pressure on her partner. Many men eventually feel exhausted, as they are expected to constantly play the role of emotional savior. Without strong emotional endurance, maintaining a long-term relationship with such a woman becomes extremely difficult. The sixth type is the overly agitated woman. Deep inside, she often holds resentment or hostility toward men, blaming them for disappointments or pain in her life. Even if she enters relationships, she struggles to form genuine emotional connections. Many women of this type choose to remain single, while others marry reluctantly, without true happiness. Relationships with them are typically filled with tension, discomfort, and unresolved conflict. Compromise is nearly impossible, making emotional harmony unattainable. One of the most dangerous types is the desperate woman. She views life through a pessimistic lens, believing that everything is meaningless and hopeless. Despite this, her primary goal is marriage, regardless of circumstances. For her, Marriage is not about love but about security and escape from loneliness. This desperation often leads her into unbalanced relationships, where attachment replaces genuine emotional connection. Over time, her dependency becomes a heavy burden, draining both partners emotionally and mentally. Another type to avoid is the constantly changing woman. She is highly skilled in communication and knows how to charm, please, and emotionally captivate men. At first, she makes you feel special and chosen. However, once she succeeds, she quickly loses interest and moves on to new targets. Her goal is not commitment but conquest. Men involved with her often feel used and discarded, realizing too late that they were only part of her emotional game. The ninth type is the provocative woman. She relies heavily on her appearance, seductive behavior, and confident communication to attract attention. While her allure is powerful, it is rarely meant to build a lasting bond. She constantly seeks validation and excitement from multiple sources. If someone more appealing appears, she will move on without hesitation. Men who fail to see beyond her attraction often end up emotionally defeated. The 10th type is the controlling woman. She attempts to dominate every aspect of your life, from your clothing and social circle to your daily habits. Any attempt to reclaim independence is met with manipulation, guilt, emotional outbursts, or withdrawal of affection. Her primary goal is control, not partnership. Over time, men in such relationships lose their identity, freedom, and sense of self. The 11th type is the self-centered woman. She believes the world revolves around her and expects constant attention and admiration. Often raised with excessive indulgence, she carries these expectations into her relationships. In the beginning, men may try to meet her demands to keep peace, but eventually the emotional cost becomes overwhelming. These relationships typically collapse under the weight of unrealistic expectations and lack of mutual compromise. Finally, the most dangerous type is the disaster woman. She is a combination of several negative traits: romantic illusions, provocation, selfishness, emotional instability, and a desire for dominance. While she may appear attractive and charming, internally she is conflicted and unbalanced. Her relationships are filled with control, chaos, and constant dissatisfaction. No matter how much effort a man puts in, it is never enough. Relationships with such women lead only to emotional exhaustion, conflict, and long-term harm. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you found this video helpful, share it with friends and family. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or suggestions so we can continue improving our content. Your support motivates us to keep creating meaningful videos. We look forward to seeing you again in the next one.